We're live, Anna.
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, we live now. So, um, just wanna say, how was your day, first of all?
Very, very productive. Thank God. Yours?
Sunday, right? Very
Yes.
productive Sunday. Okay, that's cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, mine was good. Um, had a fundraiser today, went okay, so can't complain. Long day, but still
That's
good.
that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, running a little bit behind because I had to drop one of our helpers home. Yeah. So what's the plan for the week?
Well, basically, just getting my son in school and most likely working. Working. I've been working like 11 hours a day.
Hmm.
And because I'm getting my house very soon.
Okay.
So that's exciting news for me. So working hard towards that.
Okay. No problem. I'll say congratulations, when that time comes.
Of course. Of course. Definitely.
Yeah. Are you working towards that now, huh?
Well, I actually did get the approval and everything. It's just the process now of finding it. And right now, it's kind of a seller's market, not a buyer's market. So I'm
Hmm.
just watching and waiting to see what's going on.
Okay.
The sad part is the majority of the house that I like there are a lot of cash buyers out there that are basically buying them, reventing them, and renting them out. So it's kind of a tough market right now. But I have hope.
Yeah.
So that's good. And you?
As far as my week,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm looking forward to being in Jamaica again. Actually,
Oh, congrats.
yeah, thank you. I'm going Tuesday with my son. His birthday coming up on Thursday, so we'll be going on Tuesday. So it's gonna be
Okay.
nice little getaway. I go often, but every time I do go, it's exciting, because get to see my wife as well as I get to see my family and get to enjoy some time away from the hard work that we put in.
Yeah, from the normal. Well, tell your son I said happy birthday.
I will. I
How
will.
old is he now?
He's gonna be 22.
Oh, big man. Big man.
Yeah.
Big man.
Every time people see us together, they like, that's my brother. I said, yep. I told two people today that that's my son, and they're like, that's your who? And they're like, yep. So there's no way. We went to do the COVID test today
Hmm.
at the airport, and the one of the person that said that was at the airport, and he didn't believe when I was like, that's my son, and he's like, there's no way.
But that's always a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a compliment.
Yep, definitely. Yep. So that's what I look forward to this week. So I pretty much gonna work hard as I usually do. Work hard tomorrow. Try to get some things done in the meantime, and just
Mhm.
prepare for the trip Tuesday.
That's
Definitely
good.
excited. Got some plans for him to enjoy his birthday. I look forward to it because I haven't spent a great deal of time with my son in a long time because I've been locked into investing and we haven't had that father-son time. So looking forward.
That's always good. How is the restriction in Jamaica? Are they still doing that lockdown?
Yeah, when Cardia comes on, she'll probably tell you a little bit more about what's happening. But as far as I know, lockdown is today, Sunday, one day now.
Wow. I mean, those poor people, especially people in the mainland, it's really affecting them and their livelihood and everything, you know?
Uh-huh.
But that's good that you get to enjoy the nice weather, and definitely the food is so much more better. The air itself is better. So,
Mhm.
enjoy.
Yeah, I definitely will as always. And I look forward to when you get down there and we all get together and we all have fun, the little YouTube channel people.
Of course. And I'm
Yep.
definitely looking towards maybe 2022 if God spare life, because I know I finally got to take out my passport. So I should be down there by next year. So I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, well, make sure you book with us in Ocho Rios. I don't care
Of
where you
course,
stay.
of course,
You didn't even let
of
me finish.
course.
I don't care where
No,
you
of
stay.
course. That was like the first thing that came to my mind. I want to experience the founding players cabana.
No, but where in Jamaica would you be going? Where you from again?
I'm from St. Catherine, Portmore, but I would not stay there. I mean, I'm mostly probably gonna go to a hotel, but I'm visiting
Mhm.
in the mainland for business purposes. So it's not
Mhm.
really a recreational trip for me.
Mhm.
It's most likely my grandmother passed away, so I have a few properties down there that I have to put in my name and trying to get some of them sell and then come
Okay.
back up. So it's quite a process.
Okay. All right. So you say you're from St. Catherine, so
Mhm.
St. Anne's is right there.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are located in St. Anne's.
Yeah. Yep. Ocho Rios, St. Anne's.
How far is it from Portmore? I know they had the new highway. I haven't been there in a very long time.
Yeah, it's a good maybe 40 minutes.
That's not
From
bad.
30, 35, 40 minutes. If
That's not
there's
bad.
if nobody pulls you over.
Or get robbed. Don't forget.
Nah, we're not we're not gonna put that out there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're not gonna put that one out there.
To be honest, I hear so much horror stories, to be honest with you. It's kind of discouraging, but I won't let that discourage me from going home.
Hey, I look at it like this. Life is what you make it. I work with my reason for working with kids and even adults, but mainly kids, is to try and make sure their life is a little bit easier by the things that they choose to do. If you choose to do badness, it comes back to haunt you. If you choose to do goodness, guess what? You stand a better chance. So I'm quite okay with the way that I carry myself and the people that I put around me. And I don't attract a bad crowd, so I don't expect bad things to happen. So kind of like I'll look at it. So you put me in a war zone, the people that I have around me will calm the war. We will weather the storm.
I like that. I like that. Karmic balance. I like that. It's so
Mhm.
true.
Yep.
So true.
It's the way I look at it. Good people can get themselves into trouble depending on in the wrong place that I'm in the in the wrong place.
Hmm.
So, but at the end of the day, God knows what He's doing. He knows how to protect, and when you walk in that faith, you get protected. And when it's your time, it's your time. That's it. So you just have to
Definitely.
think positive.
Hello.
Hello, my love. How are you? I like your shirt. That says Red Stripe.
Yeah, Red Stripe is this side. It's a sponsored shirt.
That's your uniform for work?
Yeah, yeah. I'm
It's
all
really
sweaty
cute.
now.
I like
I'm
it.
sweating.
But that's good though. How was work
Yeah.
today?
I wanted to sleep some of the time, and another time I was watching TV and sleeping. But work is work.
That's good. No bad customers today, I hope.
No, it's a lockdown, so it was just takeouts and deliveries.
Oh, that's good. Do they offer delivery services in Jamaica?
Yeah, food delivery.
Really?
Yeah, you can order
That's
whatever, and there's a car or a bike person to bring your
all right.
food.
That's good. That's good. That's good. So business is still up and running, which is
So if
good.
you're hungry, you can order something.
Listen, if you guys can come down to Fort Lauderdale, I would gladly appreciate it. It would be really, really highly appreciated.
I wonder if they use FedEx and DHL to
No,
fly food overseas in
just
America.
fly food for one day, like a one
Some
day
jerk chicken,
service.
right?
Some
Some jerk
fried
chicken.
chicken, jerk chicken. Oh my God, I don't eat pork, so anything but
Yeah,
pork.
pork. I don't eat pork either.
Okay, good girl. Good.
So what's up? What's the topic tonight?
Well, I'm typing in the chat right now that we talking some good Jamaican food. That's what I put in there.
Listen,
So
I'm getting hungry and I don't have any food.
really, you just came from a restaurant and didn't bring home no food. That's
Not
not
all
good.
the time you're gonna want what's at the restaurant. It's like you work if you work at TSTs and so them give you one patty every day. You're not gonna want to eat patty every day. You want something else from somewhere else.
You know what? I would take one of my arms and legs for some tasty patty because them patty up here don't taste the same. They taste like crap. No, I'm being like I always brag about Jamaican cooking and not just Jamaican restaurants. Because when you come here, Cardi, I'm gonna tell you, the food doesn't taste like there.
Mm.
The seasoning is not the same, and the chicken them so big it's scary.
Really,
Oh
some
no,
hard mouth.
listen, them chicken the bigger than me.
Some turkey.
Jesus. You know what? You ever look at a plate of food and it's very intimidating to eat, but you know you're hungry, so you have to eat it? Yeah, but just a word of prayer and just eat it and say, yes, Jesus, cover this.
But I always think that I'm gonna go green soon. Like very soon, I'm gonna go green.
It's
Because
so funny
at
you
one
said
point
that.
I was like, I don't want to eat chicken anymore.
It's so funny you said that. I said my best friend, she lives, and I think I'm gonna bring her in one night, Savon, if that's okay. She's very
Mhm.
stock. She does day trading. She has multiple businesses, so she's very savvy with stocks. And I would like for you
Mm-hmm.
to interview her because she knows a lot about stocks and stuff. Because she's teaching me also. And the one thing that she did tell me, like when she came over, I forgot it. She was asking about Jamaican cooking. I forgot about it. Sorry, my mind went blank.
Man, I love to cook though, but boy, I'm thinking like all the trees outside can eat.
Halalu, pop choy, vegetarian food.
Even the mango leaves.
Yeah, you can use it on boiled tea.
I use it for tea.
Yeah, I don't have any mint, so don't laugh at me, Cardia. We use drink the Cersei. That go like wild behind. Yeah,
Thirsty is the boss. Thirsty is the boss. That's a nice tea, like a cleaner, a cleanser tea.
yeah. Sorry, Cardia. If you hear noise, it's my son and my brother. They're always getting in a fight. Oh my God. But yeah, girl, like greens all the way, all the way.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Smith, how was your day?
It's good. It was good.
Okay, so it was, so it wasn't anymore.
Hold on, I'm typing. 1 second.
Mm.
All right. So while you guys were talking, I was just putting in there, you asking me how was my day. You know how my day was. You know how it was. We talk 100% of the time. But thanks for asking again and again. That's cool. So basically, I put in the chat. Support goes a long way, you know. And look how my wife run home to support. So how you think my day is? I just put that in the chat.
Okay.
My, my day is always good. My day is always, even when it seems down, it's good.
Yeah.
And I tried to lift yours up even when you be trying to bring it down. Sorry. You be trying to bring down some of the days, and I be trying to bring them up. That's how it goes. Yep. What, Anna gone quiet?
No, she has noise in her background, so she's
No,
trying to
I'm
stop.
here. Exactly. Thank you, girl. I was about to say the same thing too. My 7-year-old and my 34-year-old is not getting along. So Mama Bear got to step in.
Okay. So as far as investing though, Anna, what are you getting into this week, or what do you have that you're paying attention to for this week?
Well, this week, to be honest, Yvonne, I've been paying attention a little bit more to Bitcoin now. I've never really paid attention to it much. I've heard a lot of hype, but now I'm really paying attention to it because I see where a lot of places are starting to convert over to paying with Bitcoin. I don't know if you're aware of it.
Yeah, well, I'm aware of the improvements, with the technology. It's gonna happen. So it's just a matter of holding things when nobody's talking about it, so paying attention to we're paying attention to Bitcoin or any coins, but at the same time, the best thing is to invest in them before everybody starts paying attention to them. That way, when they start really going up, you benefit. Wait, what's your thoughts on that?
No, you're absolutely right. The one regret that I do have is that I wish I had gotten a lot more earlier than I do now because there was a lot more opportunity to make more money. Now it's like really, especially when the market is down, I try to take advantage of it as much as I can.
Hmm.
But pretty much everything is up. But one thing that I am like, it is a stock though that I'm really paying attention to. I don't know if you heard of Baba.
Was that Barbara?
Baba, Baba, Alibaba.
Yeah, definitely. Been around for
Yeah,
a long time now.
right. So it's currently down at the moment. So I'm trying to do my research on it. And so far, what I'm seeing, I'm liking. So I'm contemplating like, should I invest in it or now? Because now would be the best time for me to buy.
Well, you want my opinion?
Yes.
Okay. As you know, we are no financial advisor, but just sharing my thoughts on that stock. Not exactly that stock, just on investing in companies that no one is really talking about. Alibaba been around for a while. Yeah, it may be at a good price, but there's so many opportunities out there at a very, 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 so many very low price. And I think, you should do a lot of research on some of the very low cost, even penny stocks, and just try to ride ride out with it, for as long as you can, because is Alibaba gonna produce you a quick turnaround? Some penny stocks might do that, you know. What's your thoughts on that?
No, you're absolutely right. That's what I've been researching. But so far, like the main stuff that I'm trying to get into is anything to do with like technology, um, what do you call that? AI. But those stocks are like peaking. So I'm trying to pay attention to the underdogs, like what people wouldn't really look at and see
Mhm.
where I could benefit from there.
Okay, which stocks you say is peaking?
Well, the one that I like so far is the Alibaba so far,
Mhm.
and you said it's been around a long time. So that
Well,
means
I
it's
when
been
I
stagnant.
well when I say a long time, I kind of mean that I'm not so sure that those stocks are gonna really make unless you put a lot of money in it. How much is it? If I guess correctly, I'm pretty sure it's not a low cost stock.
No, it's like $145.
Exactly. Anything in the hundred and change, I'm not trying to invest in them that much. I'm trying to take a risk. Some things are safe. I might as well do ETF for that, index funds. So sometimes you take risk on companies that you know. I give an example. Um, the co-founder of Bitcoin is it Bitcoin or Ethereum is the one that created Cardano. So if Ethereum is having success and Cardano is a startup, then there's a great opportunity that Cardano is going to turn into something because Ethereum is already something. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense for me to buy into Cardano because of the founder is also the co-founder of Ethereum. So I
And
do not, and it makes sense, to take a risk in Cardano. You have more
yeah.
of an upside. So those are the things that I look for and hold on to them. And then when they become popular and everybody starts talking about them, then it helps the fact that I bought it at $1 and one day it'll be selling at $20, $25 when it becomes popular. To me, that's a good risk.
Another one that's someone that I wanted to ask you about was Ford Motors. Like, am I saying it right? It's an American made car, Ford. And I know
Mhm.
they start to transition where they have like electric cars because I do see where they have started making electric cars. So I wanted to know if you think that's a good investment also because at this moment it's really low.
Yeah, that's exactly on the line of what I'm saying. So Ford is a popular company from way back in the days, and for their stock to be so low, that's a no-brainer because it was $5 and $4 months ago, and I still think it's pretty low. Last time I checked, it was probably $11. So those are stocks that I would definitely get behind and save money in. I look at it as saving money because anytime that you can put if it's $11, anytime that I can put $11 every chance I get and just buy one share, two share, and keep adding it up, maybe I save $2,000 by putting in $11 every chance I get. Maybe sometimes I buy two or three or four shares and put $40 or $50, and by the time I'm finished in the next year or so, I may have $200, I mean $2,000 in that stock before electric cars get too big. So by the time electric cars get huge, that Ford will be the price of Tesla stock, or halfway. So you got to look at it like that. And you got to save your money in these stocks that you believe in. So I personally would think Ford is a definite good pick, to and I say low cost because you get more for your money and it's a better opportunity than to go buy into Alibaba when if Alibaba go from $150 to $300, all you did was really double your money. And it depends on
Right.
how many shares you're gonna have of that. The more expensive that stock is, the less share that most poor people can afford. So I'm going after the stocks that me as a person that don't have no big wealth, I'm going to buy more shares at a lower cost. That way I stand a better chance of, gaining a lot. So Ford is a good bet, but again, it's not financial advice. It's just me letting you know what I would do. And everyone that's listening just need to invest at their own risk and do their own research. But I'm just sharing with you, Anna, and whoever's listening, um, that that's what I personally would do is get behind Ford. You know, I mean, really, really and truly think about it. Compare Ford to Tesla. And Tesla is 700 and call it $800 a share. And you go buy two shares and spend $1,600. And then Ford is $11. Check out the difference. I would rather take that risk on Ford. That's just that's just my that's just something I would do.
Funny enough, Sevan, you said that. I actually agree because that was one of the main thing I was looking at. Because I know Teslas are based, they are lithium based. And Ford is making their new car, which is just as luxurious, but it's more cost effective than Tesla. And I'm like,
Mhm.
if it starts out small like this, like the projection, if it keeps going, I do see that stock jumping. So I was looking into that because I can do see, I could see the future with that.
Yeah,
So I actually agree
definitely.
with you.
Yep. And another that's yeah, thank you. And the next place that I would look is just basically what's happening in the world today. Anything to do with healthcare, anything to do with what's happening with COVID. You got to do research and you got to get behind changes. You know, there is, I mean, there's a lot of companies, I should say, that is creating systems or new gadgets, just new things that will help with COVID. Even masks. There's companies out there that is probably creating masks, and you just gotta do research. You gotta look into what's happening. I went to the airport today for the test, and it's like they don't even touch your card. You just put it over the machine.
Yeah. With that
It's
little
really
icon. Yeah.
yeah, it's really touchless. My credit card has that symbol on it now. It's just touchless.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, I Googled it and and I forgot what it explained. I don't remember, but it's like there's companies out there making those things. So you got to Google those things and get behind those companies. They might start out as a OTC stock and it might be under a penny, you know, and it might be 1 penny, it might be 2 pennies, and because it's starting out. Those are the things that you get behind. Believe it or not, you mentioned your friend was a day trader. I'm sure she trades stocks that
Yes, she
OT
do.
stocks that nobody is even thinking of. Because if they move 3 or 4 penny, depending on how much you buy, you could literally make $300-400 a day.
Yes, she do. She makes a lot of money every single day. But when the market is down, she doesn't day trade. The one thing that she did said to me that I should start looking into is like online shopping, like companies that offers online shopping because everything is going basically online, even Instacart and those stuff. Like she started to ask me to look into places that do that and get behind that, and social media too. That's a big one too.
Mm. The biggest one that people are into it, but they just got to stay the course. The biggest one is cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So,
A lot,
people,
no, fun and joke aside, someone like a lot of places. And I even heard a couple of my coworkers talking about it. There are places that are actually taking crypto money. They designed something now. She was the first one who let me know. You probably are aware of it, where they have now a debit card where you can basically transfer the money to like it has its own debit card. So you can move your stocks to your money, whatever money you have to the card, and you can use it as a crypto money, but it's like converted. Do you understand what
hmm
I'm trying to say? Like it's a
yeah,
converted card. So say for example, like you have 10,000 Bitcoins, it's converted into US currency. She was telling me about that. And I'm like, that's very interesting. They're starting to introduce stuff that I'm like, yeah. It
Yeah,
is. We're going into a cashless society.
well, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You see how you mentioned in that now? Can you see my screen? You see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
All right, hold on a second. All right, see how you mentioned that now?
Yes, that's what she was telling me about. Yes.
My list goes on and on.
You,
So,
why didn't you say anything?
listen, when you sign up for these sites, they offer that. You know, Visa, that's why companies, credit cards like Visa, MasterCard, American Express, the list goes on and on and on. When you read through the lines and they start offering crypto, you can buy your crypto and we can convert your crypto to this. Listen, once you invest, it's right there in the fine print. It's not even in the fine prints. They send these things to your email. You're on even Uphold. It'll tell you get the card. It'll tell you that. So exactly what you just explained, it's there for you. I've been had these cards. I have this card for probably 5 months now.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
yeah, I have at
I
least
need to
four of
look
them.
into that.
Yeah, so ahead of the game, just like that VV app, I've been had that where you can buy um non-fungible items, you know, NFTs. So I've been had that on my phone when nobody was talking about it. You know,
Oh,
so
wow.
we just gotta get in,
Yeah.
before anybody starts talking about them.
Definitely, because see how you knew that, like you got ahead of it, because I'm just basically playing catch up. Because she said this to me last week, because she knows like I'm investing, I'm trying to, put my build my portfolio, and my friends basically teaching me how to day trade and how to make even more money on the side. And
Mhm.
one of my coworkers brought that to my attention. She had one just like that, and she was telling me she used it every single day like a regular debit card. And I'm like, are you serious? And she said, yes, you can convert to crypto, from crypto to US currency. You can convert from currency to crypto. I'm like, oh my God.
And
Wow.
so when they sitting there talking about we can't spend like China banning crypto and all that nonsense. They can ban whatever they want to ban. Because guess what? When you convert to the money, what difference does it make? What difference
Exactly.
does it make?
I
I
think the
could,
whole thing, they play politics with all of that. I try to stay away from that and just focus on the end game.
yeah, exactly. Because guess what? You could do some work for me and tell me you want me to pay you in crypto. You can tell me you want me to pay you in a cup of soup. You can tell me, Savon, maybe some good soup and I'll do this for you. That's how you're gonna pay me. So literally you can pay somebody with anything that they want. And it should not be controlled. The government can't control me paying you in soup. You want soup.
It's so true.
so,
It's
so,
so true.
so they can continue controlling their money, cryptocurrency. If somebody want me to pay them in that, it is what it is. So they basically just got to regulate certain things. They start walking around banning things. You better ban soup too.
So true.
Shoot, better ban okra. Can't buy no more okra in the store. You can't buy chicken or chicken, right? Because you say they look a little big, so they could be tricking us. So it's not chicken; it could be chicken.
That's not chicken. Those chickens, they're real muscular. They've been in the gym.
They've
Telling
been in
you.
the gym.
Of course, they beefed up, man. Oh my
Yeah.
God. But that is so true. You're absolutely right. And that's why I'm actually paying a lot more attention. And before I do anything, I'm starting to do my research on every single stock I have right now, every single crypto I have done my research. But I feel like there's a lot more to learn.
Hmm. Well,
That's just.
I'll say this to you, Anna, and listen. You remember where were you when the internet was really starting to be spoken about? and when there was a lot of negativity around the internet. Where were you at that time?
I was actually a baby. I was living in Jamaica, but I did remember when it first came out. A lot of people were very skeptic about having their information being stored in a database. A lot of people were against it. A lot of
Okay.
people were really against it. Even in the islands, a lot of people was against it because back in those times, people were more biblical. So people tied it more into the like the end of days and all that. So people really had their suspicions, but now technology is just, I'll let you finish.
No, no, that's why I asked you so you can say it. So you literally said it by me asking you. I asked you where you were, and you're speaking on it. Instead of me talking it out, I'm asking the question and you're answering it. So basically, you understand that there was a lot of people that wanted no part of it. You
Yeah.
know, 8 out of 10 people wanted no part of it, you know?
Mhm.
And what else was so crazy about it? When you have kids, you don't want your kids nowhere near the internet.
Right.
Forget about when they started with the dating sites. You don't want no kid near the internet because you don't know what your kid could be doing out there trying to meet whoever. That, all right. So,
Right. Oh, I
so
remember.
yeah, so all of those things between information, credit card, social security number, putting all that stuff online, people were against. And it was the worst thing since sliced bread. That's the way people thought. And nobody wanted that thing to happen. And most people could not trust the internet. They were like, oh my God, no way. Then what are you doing? All of those bad feelings was happening then. And I was in high school at that time when it was really being, you know, brought up and, oh, guess what? We can't stop the internet, And then after a while, you started having computers in school. And now everybody that has computers, we were like, hey, you got Wi-Fi. We had them slow modems where you take 20 years to connect to the internet. But guess what? I remember them days, but everybody was skeptical because everyone was afraid, you know? So what is the difference now with cryptocurrency? What is the difference?
You're absolutely right. You're right. I agree.
So just like I said, if I want to pay you in soup, I could do that. If I want to pay you in cryptocurrency, I should be able to do that. All it is regulations, man. Come up with some laws. That's it. You know, there's laws for the internet. Come up with some laws, and that's it.
You're absolutely right. You even cell phone. I remember when cell phone was introduced, and then a lot of people was against it.
Mhm.
Especially I remember my grandparents strictly did not want me to have a cell phone. And now I look back and I smile because my son is 7 and he has a cell phone and I communicate with him.
Mhm.
So I'm like, yeah, it's the same thing. So I understand where you're coming from. I get it.
Exactly. So those are the type of risks that we have to be willing to take, because we've been risking lives since we've known ourselves anyway. So might as well take some risk that has to do with changing our lives, man. People, you don't think it's a risk when somebody go into the store and buy lotto? You know how much money is being made from somebody spending dollar in a dream? Think about that.
Yeah.
So that's
And the crazy thing is, I've seen people in the lotto line, and they're not spending a dollar. They're spending hundreds of dollars every week, hoping for that one lucky ticket.
now you tell me this. I go and I spend $500 and buy some lotto tickets in hope that 6, 9, 6, 7, 10, 20, and 35 will come out. Now tell me, you get hit by lightning like to win that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So with all these people in the world, you're telling me that you're going to hit those numbers, whether forward or backwards, whether they come out in order or not. Guess what? I would rather take that $400 or $500 and not put it on those numbers and go put it on the Chicago Bulls versus the New York Knicks. I got a better chance because it's 1 versus 1.
So true.
I
It
got a
is
better
so
chance.
true. You know what? It's so funny because I used to talk about that all the time. I used to because I really don't believe in the lottery. The scratch off, I even have like iffy about it, but I do see where people win a little bit here and there. But I always used to say to myself, it's so funny. If you really take that dollar you spend, $1 every single day, and that's 5 days a week, and then you multiply that by a month. So 30 days in a month, 35. And then you multiply that by 12, which is a year. You're literally looking at $1,200 or probably more. And then the years that you're spending in buying these lotteries, by the time you look, you're looking at probably 5 grand. And what if you put that into something that builds over time, you know? So,
Mhm.
I mean, I get it.
Yep, exactly. You know, you're better off, man, because for those of us who watch sports and we understand our sports team that we love so much, just imagine you're a Patriots fan and you're gonna be playing lotto every day or as many times as you can throughout the week. And you know the Patriots play 16 games every year. And the Patriots, and they always win 11, anywhere from 11 to 13 games. That means they're losing 3 games per season. And you know they're not the only team that's doing that. There's many teams that do it year after year that they win anywhere from 12 to 13 games. And you almost always know who those teams are. And you know, they have this thing they call the point spread. Like even if you eliminate the point spread, there's so many ways around everything that you could literally almost guarantee yourself a win. And even if you lose, you're not going to lose that many times. I mean, like if the Patriots can play the games and lose only 3 out of freaking 16 games, I mean, come on, you got to pick them to win, you know, with no points involved. Like every little bit adds up, man. You know, and to be playing some lotto for these big millions of dollars, you know, you add up $200 at a time, it adds up. You know, if you're getting paid at your job $500 a week, why are you out there trying to get $7,000 a week by trying your luck? You might as well take the small amount and add it up to big amounts over the months and years. You know, so it's longevity, man, long term thinking, not this overnight money. You know, a lot of people want things overnight because they get tired of what they're doing. But sometimes you got to say, you know what, this is what I got to do. Even if I don't like my job, I got to work with it for the time being until I can do better. And that's it. And that job that you don't love, it gets a little easier to handle because eventually you're going to stop doing it because you're patient in knowing that you're not going to stay in that position, you know, and that's where people got to wrap their mind around, you know, growth. You know, don't stay stagnant, just sitting there thinking this is what you're going to do and get frustrated. You got to have a beginning and an end date, you know?
I agree. I agree.
Yep. I never liked jobs. Guess what? I worked them for as long as I can work them. And I said, all right, enough of that. You know, enough of that. Let me start my own business. But I did it
Sounds
in
like
order to get there. Go ahead.
that is on definitely on my agenda. Like this 9 to 5 is not working for me anymore. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah. I spoke to one of my players today. We were talking about investments. And I was saying, man, people invest 9 to 5 into jobs and they come home frustrated because time is taken away from them by putting time into someone else's business. And it's okay. Some people are gonna have to do that. Some people are paid very well to do that. So some jobs, you know, even though you're working 9 to 5, you know, you could be making good money. But guess what? This is about majority. Majority people are struggling working 9 to 5 and they come home very mad. And what does that create? It creates a problem, you know, because the kids that's home waiting for mommy and daddy to come home, sometimes they waiting for a long time for the mommy and daddy to come home, and the mommy and daddy come home screaming because they mad about their job. And now the kid is sad because I'm like, I spent all day waiting to see my mommy and daddy and they're yelling at me. And sometimes they don't mean it, but sometimes that 9 to 5 can be very frustrating, especially when you working for people who want to boss you and you want to just cuss them out and walk off the job and you got to think about your family. Yo, that's very stressful. So I would rather put myself in a position, you know, the the moral to the story is we were talking about sports athlete versus people that work 9 to 5. And I was saying, listen, I would choose playing and having fun for a couple hours and working out hard and go home to my family. Come on, give me, I'll take it any day of the week. Let me go play a game 3 hours a night and then to work 9 to 5. I would gladly bust my butt, try to get in that position than to be working 9 to 5. Come on, that's a lot of hours at one job when I can just play any sports, get paid to play, go home. That's a no-brainer to me. I work hard for that. But then I said to him, the best position to be in is not to even play the sport, it's to own the sport team. So how do you get there? Some of the people that own these sports teams, they they took risk. They get behind companies that nobody, is paying attention to, and they get into their millions and their billions. And before you know it, they're buying the very team that you bust your butt to lift weights and get strong, break your ankle 100 times, heal it back, and go play again and again and again while they paying you. But they didn't have to do anything that you do. They didn't have to do that. They just use their brain. So at the end of the day, what's the terriblest thing to waste? Your mind. Got to get our minds right. That's it. That gets you places. If you could think more than act, you're better off thinking. You know, anytime you can put some knowledge in your in your brain, that's gonna help you get far. So, what's your thoughts on that? That goes for anyone.
I mean, I agree with you 100%. We're building these people up while they're mentally destroying us. And when you really do look at it, because when I be on vacation, because I've been taking a lot more vacation, I love being home with my boy. I just like having time to get, I don't have to get up in the morning at a set time. I could sleep, I could relax. And it's more motivation for me to be like, okay, it's time for me to be my own boss. Because this working for people, and some of these people, especially in my field, they're very ungrateful. They look at you as disposable. So yeah, I understand.
Yep. And again, everybody do the same thing, but my mindset and your mindset and Cardia's mindset is that we want to be the ones to help the ones that want to work 9 to 5. I forgot who sent it to me, but I think I shared it on my WhatsApp where there was a guy that paid his employees, I think it said I think it was $70,000 a year. I know I sent it to Cardia, and I'm not sure if I sent it to you, but I know I put it on my WhatsApp. And it's like he paid his employees $70,000 a year, and they told him he was crazy. He made everybody make a good amount of money. So now if you're gonna work 9 to 5 and your manager or the owner of a company, whoever is paying you that type of money, I'm gonna feel good to work that 9 to 5. So at the end of the day, people just want to be paid what they feel like they deserve to be paid, and you would have a lot more people, feeling great about their job, about their future, about saving, about being able to afford things. And that's what it's about. It's not about nobody should be poor. Like what? Money put value on things. So why aren't we buying things that we need that we value? Why do we have to suffer? Why do anyone have to suffer to get it? It shouldn't be that way. So 9 to 5 is not a bad thing. It's a matter of, are you going to pay me to where I can actually take care of my family and build wealth, generational wealth, or just be happy? We don't all have to be rich. We all have to be able to afford what we need to function and what we can leave on this earth that other people can benefit from. So, at the end of the day, man, that jobs, it look like a bad thing when you're paying an amount where it almost look like slavery. Money put value on things. That's what it should be. Value what I'm doing to help out your company. Like I tell people all the time, anyone who working with me, working for me, whether I do it now or later, sometimes you have to volunteer because you help that company to grow. And later on, the goodness that comes from me, from the people that help, they'll benefit. They'll love me for it. But you know, that's the way it is. You got to treat people very well, and it's hard, especially when you're struggling. But if you're not struggling, then it becomes a lot easier to do that for people. So some of these companies have the money to be able to pay people, they just don't do it. It's a bad thing to hire someone to do a job for you for a small amount, when that person is worth more than that. So at the end of the day, that's what it's about. That's what it is that keeps people disgruntled. And I don't think it's right to have people working for peanuts. Um, I'll say this and I'm done talking and then we can wrap it up. Why should a home be $500,000 or anywhere from $300,000 to $500,000 in the United States or anywhere, and you're making $20 an hour? Why? You're telling me you can really afford that home and support your family? I think that's unfair to a lot of people, and that's crazy to me, but again, we all have the opportunity to do better, you know, and we just have to seek information and do better. But it is kind of crazy that homes, cars, and all these things cost so much, and you have to really work for peanuts to try to afford those things. But again, the opportunities is out there to change your life, and you just gotta buckle down and do it, else you're gonna be living in poverty if you don't. But not everybody have the resource to be able to, that's what it boils down to. So that's it for me. Just wanted to say that.
At the end of the day, Savon, it all comes down to control. And that's just it for me. Because there is wealth that can split amongst everybody. But at the end of the
Mhm.
day, especially in my field that I work, it doesn't matter where I go, and I see where I can make it my own, and that's what I'm working on. It's about control.
Yeah.
It's about control. And I'm gonna leave it there. Savon,
Hmm.
extended my time.
I know we had such a
You
good
enjoy.
conversation, but we're not.
I know.
Hey, listen, give us some credit. It's only 10 o'clock.
Yes, I of course, but I'm gonna wrap it up with you guys because my baby has to be in bed. But it was
Yeah.
always a pleasure, and it was really good, really well needed discussion because people out there need to be motivated and to be realized. Like, listen, not because our mom did it, our grandma did it, our great great grandma did it, our dad did it. It doesn't mean we have to continue that cycle. It's
Yeah.
just modern day slavery without chains. But it's still, if you really look at it, like you said earlier, it is slavery.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're gonna do our best to try and get to where we're going, and then we're gonna help as many people as we can.
Exactly. Exactly. But good night, Savon and Miss Cardia. You guys have a
Uh,
wonderful evening.
her phone died, so she, dropped off. She
Okay.
just texted me on another phone that her phone died, her son's.
All right. Good night,
All right.
Savon, and good night to everyone out there. I hope you guys have a blessed and prosperous week. And let's go through towards October with positive vibrations. That's it.
Yes, definitely. Have yourself a great week and let's do this.
You too, Savon. Have a wonderful evening.
All right. Thank you.
Of course. Good night.